Hey guys, what's going on? It's Intro here, and today I'm going to be talking about case hardens, how to price check them, well-known patterns, rarity, etc. Before I start, since this is my first video, I'll say that this channel is going to be dedicated to all aspects of skin trading. So if you're interested in that, you should definitely hit me up with a sub. I'm going to be giving away an M4 Emperor field tested, which will be drawn 7 days after I upload this video, so check the link in the description if you want to enter. So let's get started. The case hardened finish on guns and knives is at the heart of CSGO trading. Some of the most iconic patterns, such as the 661 scar pattern on the AK or the Karambit's 387 full blue pattern, are known amongst almost all serious CSGO players simply for their price and rarity. Some of these are on par with CSGO's most expensive skins, such as the Souvenir Dragon Lore or the Statue Factory New Howl, fetching prices in the tens, if not hundreds of thousands of US dollars. The price of any given case harden is generally distinguished by the amount of blue on it, which is determined by a unique paint seed ranging from 0 to 999. In other words, more blue equals a higher price. Skins with an exceptional amount of blue on them are known as blue gems in the trading community. So what I'm going to be doing now is going over all the pattern 1 blue gems, and then we'll move on to price checks. So first, this is the 661 scar pattern, one of the most expensive pattern-based skins you'll come across in the game. You'll notice that the back of the top is fully blue, which is unique to the 661. You'll also notice that the blue doesn't reach below the top, which is unique to the 661 and 670. So the 670 is the pattern 2 pattern. A lot of casual players and even like traders automatically think that I have a scar pattern if my AK has a lot of blue on it, but it's pretty easy to distinguish the pattern just based on those two observations alone. Let's move on to the Karambit 387, hands down the most expensive skin in CSGO. Although the factory new version isn't registered on databases, it was famously sold for around 150,000 in skins to Newbridge and has never been seen again since. It is unlikely that a factory new will ever be unboxed again, based on the float threshold it has to meet, along with the rarity. A well-worn was sold to a YouTuber named TurboMotion Z for around 15,000 cash a year ago, and a low float field tested is currently listed on Buff for 70,000 USD cash. So this pattern right here is fully blue and purple, although higher float versions, the corner actually appears to lose some color. So that's why the minimal wear is so much more expensive than, for example, the field tested or the well-worn. Also, the well-worn was duped a fair amount, so that kind of contributes to the fact that it's a bit less expensive. So this right here is pattern 601 for the M9 bayonet, which is known as the Oceano pattern ever since Anomaly made a showcase video about it. So you might recognize it from that video. It has, I think, almost 4 million views now. So as you can observe, it's not like nearly as blue as the other pattern ones we've discussed, but it is very blue considering that the M9 has the largest blade of all knives. So this right here is the Talon number 923, and for some reason there's a lot of tier 1 Talon patterns. Not sure if that's something with the texture overlay, but the 923 definitely has the most solid blue, and there's an absence of purple on it, and I guess that's why it's considered the undisputed number 1 pattern. So I just wanted to go over like the very well known major patterns. For the rest, I'm just gonna have like a showcase style, so I'm not gonna be talking, it's just gonna be music. If you want to skip, I got timestamps in my description. Okay guys, so let's get into what everyone's been waiting for, which is price checking the case hardens. This is one of the most difficult things to do in terms of trading, but luckily I have a very helpful resource that I'm going to share with you guys today. Alright, so we want to start by going to the inventory on the Steam browser, going to CSGO, and finding the item we want to price check. So let's say we want this item in maybe field tested, because that's going to be the most common. Let's go ahead and inspect it. So as we can see, there's a lot of blue on it. I know for a fact this isn't a tier 1 pattern since I know the tier 1 pattern, so I'm just going to assume it's a very high tier 2 pattern. Honestly, it looks better than a couple tier 1 patterns I know, like 828, but that's besides the point. Let's go right back and let's copy the inspect URL. So you do that by right clicking on inspect in game and saying copy link address. Let's go to the link in my description that says broskins and let's paste the inspect URL. Let's say get screen. And what this does is loads all the buff sales. It has some other information up here such as the float, the pattern, it has some float DB links. But the most important part here is the latest sales. So these are straight from Buff. It's a Chinese trading marketplace, but it's also well respected in the Western community because these are all cash prices. They're not skins prices, and the site is actually usable by anyone, anywhere in the world. You just can't deposit money if you're, for example, in the US. So let's see, we have a stat track field tested that went for $900. However, I'm assuming, since this is so high, I'm assuming there's probably stickers on it. And you could just go ahead and press screen and confirm that there are 4 crown foils. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a normal field tested. This is a more average float field tested going for $308. This is a low float field tested going for $100 more. That's very interesting. This is a lower float, so this might have stickers. It really doesn't have any stickers of value. That's very interesting. So I can observe an upwards trajectory since this one actually sold for $350 and then $370, and this was in a span of about 10 days, give or take. So with all this information, you could pretty much get the price of your pattern in field tested, well worn, minimal wear, and you could go ahead and buy that pattern from maybe someone else if the person doesn't have it listed for sale. So yeah, this is a very helpful tool. And to add on, if we want, for example, a skins price or a Steam market price for this sale right here, all we gotta do is divide it by 0.66. In this case, that's $612. So $612 would be what you pay in terms of the Steam market price if you want to give them a fair offer. So these, again, to reiterate, these are all cash prices. Let's say there's actually no sales, what's happened sometimes. All we gotta do is press top of the seed, gives us a float DB link, and we want to contact some owners of the seed. So this seed is 103. This guy owns it. That's a bit old for my liking, so let's go. This is more recent, 69 days ago, but this is a factory new, so this is going to be expensive. All you gotta do is add this guy and maybe talk to him about his price, how much he bought it for if he's willing to tell you, how much he's selling it for obviously. If you do this with a couple other newer owners who just attained the item more recently, then you can generally get a feel of how much the item is worth.